Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video we are talking about Winchester. This is a film that came out in 2018. I'm sure most of you have seen or at least heard about this film. If you don't know what it is about, it follows the true story of Sarah Winchester, the heiress to the Winchester fortune, who after her husband and daughter die, seeks out the help of a medium or psychic and is told that the victims of the Winchester guns, where her family's fortune comes from, are out to seek revenge. She is convinced that she must build this house and continue to build on it for the rest of her life, or the ghost will come to get her. And like I said, it is a true story. It's very interesting. I highly suggest looking into the story itself if you have not. There are a lot of podcast episodes on it. It's definitely very, very interesting. And I think Sarah was definitely a very interesting woman. Now, the film itself doesn't focus directly on Sarah and her story. It does a little. It actually follows the story of Dr. Eric Price, who is sent to evaluate Miss Winchester by the board for the Winchester Company, who are more so looking to eliminate Sarah, take away her half of the fortune, because they believe her to be crazy. But when Dr. Price gets there, he realizes that she may not be as crazy as everyone believes. It was definitely a very interesting take on the story, to say the least. I personally really liked it. I feel like when this film came out, people had a lot of mixed feelings about it. There were some people who really liked it. I think a lot of people who know the story and follow the story of Sarah Winchester were not big fans. I personally have never been to the Winchester house. I would love to. I think it'd be really cool to go on that tour and visit the house. I've just only ever heard the story. I felt like for the most part it was pretty accurate. It told the story of why Sarah was doing it. It included some of the little details, like the number of rooms, the number of nails that she uses, Sarah's very specific focus on the number 13. But of course, it's not completely true to the story of every single detail. There's things that they left out, probably due to the fact that you can't really fit every single detail of what was going on. And obviously, nobody really knows everything that went on there. I like the way that they showed Sarah's relationship with those around her, especially the people that worked for her. She had a great relationship with them. They really respected her, and I liked that they showed that dynamic in the film. Now, I think where maybe a lot of people have a problem with it, or where it lost a lot of people, is the ending of the film. The film, I guess, spoilers. So we find out in the midst of all of this kind of craziness and all of these spirits that Sarah is trying to keep at bay, that there is one particular spirit who is extremely angry, and at this point even Sarah doesn't know who it is. She's trying to figure that out, and Dr. Price ends up leading her to figuring that out. He ends up actually being the only one that can see this spirit at first. It is revealed that it is a man who was killed as well as his brothers were during the Civil War by a Winchester gun, and he is the one that is seeking this revenge on Sarah. And of course, they end up defeating him, and then things just kind of settle in the house, and Dr. Price does ask Sarah, what are you gonna do next? And she says, rebuild. So she's still got that going. I can understand why a lot of people maybe didn't like the way that ended, because that's not true to the story. Sarah continued to build on this house, as far as I know, for the rest of her life. As far as I'm aware, I don't believe that there was any ending to this. She really truly believed that these spirits were coming and would continue to come if she did not build onto the house. So I think that's where maybe people got lost, was the fact that it almost kind of had this wrap-up ending with that. Now, it does kind of leave a little bit of a cliffhanger. There's one last little thing that happens that maybe leads you to believe there could be a sequel, which I feel like always happens in films. I don't think there will be a sequel, but who knows? Maybe there will be. But I can see why maybe that upset some people, that it started to trail off from the story by having this like very one specific ghost and this whole defeat him storyline. But I mean, it's a film, and while I was watching it, I did think that of course it would be nice if the film really focused on Sarah or the house specifically, whereas instead of it focusing on this other male character, that's and his whole story as well. So I think maybe that's also something that people didn't like about it, but I generally like the film. I thought that they did a really good job of telling the story, and I'm not really bothered by those little add-ons to it. Obviously, that's just my personal feelings. So if you have seen Winchester, let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. If you did enjoy this, please do give it a big old thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more horror-related content. And before I go, a quick shout out to my Patreons. Thank you guys so much for helping to contribute to the channel. If you know the perks to being a Patreon, links are in the description below, along with all of my social media. Joining that really helps to support small creators like myself, especially since, you know, YouTube doesn't really like to. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again later with another video. Bye!